We have our recording. We can go back later. We can look at it if we need to. If I'm going too fast at any time, or I'm not describing something efficiently, please feel free to interrupt me and ask a question. Please feel free. I'm going to mute you until then, just so we don't get any feedback on the recording. But feel free to type it in the chat. I will pull the chat up here next to me. But yeah, just go ahead and ask away. But we're going to go into, let's see, we're going to shut all that stuff off and just jump right into Desk. So from Desk, I'm just going to click on In Touch. Yours will take you directly in. Mine always makes me click a couple extra times because I'm an employee. So we're going to go ahead and go in, and you'll see when, of course, when you first come in, we have our home screen. So we are able to get to where we need from here. So for this class, we're going to concentrate on our website. So adding custom content. There is a cheat here, so I'll make this just a little bit bigger. There's a cheat right here when you go up to the top menu bar for website, where you can hit this button here and it's going to say visit or view site. Once you click that, you'll be able to visit your site live, and it's going to take you directly to your In Touch agent website, the public facing. You're going to see this and be able to view this as a consumer would, so that if you're pushing your website address out there, if it's in your email signature, on your business card, in your social media marketing, you'll be able to push this out. You'll see that mine has several photos and they kind of scroll through, and that's what we're going to concentrate on first. We're going to go in. I'm going to show you how to change your font, change some of the information that's here, change the colors, and kind of learn how to add a little bit more customization, so that yours will look different than mine. I will tell you, there are several agents that I've worked with that have pages set up, and they all look different. So this is Sandy Bratcher, one of the agents that I work with. She has her set up with this particular template. She has a very wide photo in the background. She's got some custom information here. She has quarterly report information. When you click through, that's going to take you directly to her Prospect Square quarterly report. She has a video that is embedded in her website. So this is going to play directly from the website itself. I don't have to leave. I can go to YouTube if I want to look for more, but really it's good just the way that it is. She has another great Coldwell Banker video. And again, you can go in, you can get these from YouTube. She has some featured properties. Now these may be her listings, and they may not. This one I know belongs to Ann Taylor. So she's got some additional listings in there. Just makes her look very busy. I know that Sandy has worked very hard on adding a lot of community served. She includes them kind of like I do, with both the city name and the zip code, just in case someone knows one and not the other. You can do one or the other, however you prefer to do that. Her recent sales do come over directly through the MLS. She does have an agent card with a different colored background, and she is pro, so she does have some blogs on here as well. Then we have Lisa's. Lisa's been working on hers lately as well. She's got a few featured properties, recent sales, community served. She's inputted some testimonials from clients. We've embedded one of her listing concierge videos. In fact, 2 of them. These were her listings that are currently under contract. And she's got some information about, this is what I provide when you list with me. Contact me, discover how your listing can also be featured in a professional voiceover video. Make your listing stand out from the crowd. So she's actually showcasing marketing that she's done. Not sure why this one shows the bathroom first. She's got her agent card there. So you'll see they're all a little bit different. Christine, she has her logo in the background, some photos that slide through. She has taken off the search bar from her main photo and included a larger search bar underneath. Featured properties, again, community served. You'll see her template looks a little bit different. Again, recent sales, a customer, a contact card. She has testimonials from her clients, some custom content here, and also some blogging going on. And then you'll see mine looks completely different from theirs. So we all have the same resources, but I think it's wonderful that we can all look so different. So one of my offices recently moved. I'm getting ready to put the other office on there too. So I've had 3 offices move in the past 3 weeks. So it's been fun. So just giving some information for that. Again, another Coldwell Banker commercial. I won't play this one because this one's really loud. I don't want to blow out your eardrums. I have agent reviews and recommendations. You guys are my clients, so I do like to have testimonials from people that I serve, somebody that I've helped along, to show people what I can accomplish for you or help you accomplish what we can do together. I also have the search bar here with a blue background. Local communities served, so you'll see mine looks a little bit different. In my communities served, I have included photos. All of mine are stock images. They're all free images. I'm not going to get any copyright infringement, but you'll see there's lots of different areas. I'm trying to include all of the areas that you guys serve because I am a referral agent. I'm trying to get you guys some business as well as myself. And you'll see just some different options that I have here. I do have an agent card as well. And then I have my area report from Prospect Square. I have mine a little bit differently. Tried to get some great images. I do need to work on Baltimore and Howard County to get some outdoor photos, but someone can literally just click through and get that area report for Carroll County. They can look at all of this information as well. Now, I have these in a completely different class that's going to be up and coming. You can take this information and put it into a brand serve tile and share it on social media as well. So I have these, they're easily accessible. Someone can go to my website and they can see that I serve and my agents serve all of these areas and beyond. So the first thing that we're going to do to kind of start all of the process, I always like to start you guys thinking of, what does your brand look like? What would you like your website to look like? Because yours is going to look different than mine, look different than Sandy's, Christine's, Lisa's, all the agents that are working on their websites. And that is the beauty in this particular tool, is that we can put our own spin on it. We can have our own branding. We can have, our business out there up in front. If I've won an award, I can include that. I can include the letter from Ryan Gorman, or maybe I just got a new designation. I can put that on as well. So I will tell you, I do have an agent that I work with who has not only included all of her designations, she's been extremely busy in quarantine, but she actually has included a page. Now, you can do custom pages where she actually describes what each of these designations that she holds are. You can see she's got a lot of them. But the purpose of having them is to say why they are important. So she has a separate page. We took all that information from NAR. She has a personal bio and see my real estate designations here. So we have them all listed out. What do all these little doohickeys mean? Well, here I'm going to send you somewhere where I'm going to explain to you why they are important and how they could probably help you in your business. I apologize, my phone was ringing. So we're going to go in first, and we're going to go into the website tab right here at the top. And again, we can do that view site and get directly to our website. You'll also see you can do some sub pages as well. So when we go through pages, we do want to limit that to 10 or under, just because you can see here I have 10. They reach all the way across my page. If you're on a mobile device, they may not be easy to see if you have more than 10, but we can include sub pages as well. So if we have additional information that we would like to include, we can do that as well. So we're going to go ahead and go into.
I hate to interrupt you, but How did you get to the page that you're just showing now where we can get to the website?
So we're going to go into desk and we're just going to click on In Touch. And then your In Touch will pop up and you should see this screen here, which is just your home screen. But then if we click on website and we click on view site, that's going to take us to our consumer facing. So this is my consumer facing website. So this is what's on the public end. And then if I click on edit site up here, right over top, it's going to take me into the back end. And that's where I can do all of the fiddling around. It's kind of like this right here is my car. And right here, we're going to go in as a mechanic and go into the engine and kind of tool around in it just a little bit. So anything that I do in this background, most of the time goes live immediately. So my best practice and how I do it just personally is I always have my website here, because then I can go in, I can hit the refresh button, that little circle button up at the top, and I can refresh it, and any change that I've made, I'll be able to see immediately. I like to preview things. I like to make sure that they look the way that I thought they looked in my head, if that makes sense. There have been times that I've used photos and they didn't look nice on my website, so I took them down and put something else up instead. So when you first come into In Touch, and again, we've gone to website and then we've gone to edit site, you're going to see a pages and menus menu here that you can customize. You can structure your website the way that you would like it to look. You're going to see as I read this list from the very top to the very bottom, it's going to present in a way on my website from left to right. So I can see that I have home, Meet Angie, local communities, and they are home, Meet Angie, local communities. They're at the very top. So just be cognizant of that as you go through, that from top to bottom, it will read from left to right when you go to your website. Then I can go in, probably the very first thing that I want to do is I want to go to website over here on this left menu bar, and I'll make this a little bigger and a little easier to see. And I'm going to click on the appearance button. Now you'll see that that button is blue. So that is a hyperlink that I can use, and it's going to take me to another page. So this is where I can set the logo for my website. If you can't decide, you want to change your option at any time, you can do that. I can go in here 50 times a day and change this if I had the time. So before I launch this website wizard at the bottom, I want to make sure that I have a logo. So I'm just going to click on this change logo button, and it's going to give me the stock images. These are all compliant with the Maryland Real Estate Commission. So we know because we're licensed in Maryland, we do have to have Coldwell Banker Realty with the CB star on every single time that we use a logo. As a Maryland licensed agent, I cannot use just a CB star. I cannot use a CB star and just Coldwell Banker, although that is the company, the corporate company as a whole, because Coldwell Banker Realty is listed on my real estate license. That is the only logo that I'm allowed to use to be in compliance with Maryland real estate law. And yes, I'm sorry, I am the compliance police. So just know that they do have everything here for you to be compliant. I have chosen a white logo because I have a dark blue background. So we're going to get into that in just a moment. But if you choose a white logo and later you have a white background, we can always go back in and fix that. Not a problem. So we're going to go down into the website wizard, and we're going to launch the website setup wizard. We're going to look at our layout, some colors, some fonts. What photo do I want to have on my website? So the very first tab that you're going to see is your layout. So how would you like your website to look? You choose the layout that works the best for you. It works for your brand. It works for your business. There is no wrong answer here. It's just about what you like. And you'll see in the beginning, we went through several different agents' websites and they all looked different. Little similar, but still different. So it does give you some tips on optimizing each of the layouts. So we have the bungalow layout here, we have the Tudor layout here, and we have the villa layout here. So they're a little similar, but a little bit different. I believe this is the one that I have on my site. You want to use a logo that has a landscape shape. So when I went back and I used that logo, I did pick a very flat logo. It just fits better in that space. And I also want to select images that look good with my background as well. So I can also determine if I don't want this at the top to be dark, if I don't want white over dark, or I don't want another dark image, I can go from a light text and a dark background to a dark text and a light background. So now it's light and bright. Instead of the light over the dark, I have dark over light. And here again, I have a light background. So it's completely up to you. You can go in here and play around with this all day long to make it any way that looks good to you. And then when we're done with that, we're going to go ahead and hit the next button. And just remember, if you go in and change all this stuff and then you refresh and go to your live site and you don't like the way it looks, you can go back and fix it like right away if you want. So we're going to go ahead and go to the next button. And this is where I can choose what color I would like on my website. So we had some fun playing with this the other day. I believe Alicia and Cindy are on the call. We had some fun with this. So I'm going to kind of show you. You want to be very careful here. So my primary accent color is automatically going to be Coldwell Banker Blue. So this 012169, if you are a Canva person, you can plug that number into the color picker. And that's what they call it, not what I call it. And you can get this Coldwell Banker Blue. I've tested it out. I've put a Coldwell Banker logo on over top. It's disappeared. It is genuinely our color. But I can also go in and change this color. I can make it kind of a tealish gray. I can make it black. I can make it, regular gray. I can make it blue. I can also now, and this is new as of this week, I can go in and change the color to any color I want. Maybe I want it to be purple. So we're going to do this just to test this out and show you what this is going to do. I don't ever recommend going purple, but again, it's your website. So we're going to go ahead and go with a purple, almost sort of kind of Raven's purple. And then for this purpose, we're going to do a secondary accent color. So your primary color is used for buttons, highlights on your website. It's going to be this color up here at the top. The secondary accent color is going to use, they're going to do that for additional background color options, elements on your website. So as I scroll down, I have the option with this particular widget or this section of my website, this little paragraph on the page, I have the option of different colors. It can be a white background, it can be my primary color, or it can be my secondary color. So let's say I do something outlandish and we're going to go with like a lime green, just to show you. So we'll go ahead and go with that lime green. And then I can also change my font. So you'll see on my website, all of my headers, all of my headlines here for different places on my page, and my headline on the main photo are all in this funky kind of font. They're a funky script. That's called Tradewinds. Now they do recommend Roboto or Open Sans for anything. If I click on Open Sans, honestly, I kind of know what that looks like, but not really. But over here on the side, you're going to see it's going to give you exactly what Open Sans looks like. If I want to do Merriweather, that is what it's going to look like. So it lets me know ahead of time. I might click on this and say, ooh, I don't like that. I'm not going to use it. And I can go back in and change it to be something that I just personally like. I like this one. It's a little bit funky. It's not uber professional, but I also like to show you guys that you are able to change that font. And then the headline text color. So what color do you want your headlines to be? As you scroll down and through here, you'll see it's gray, and then mine is blue. So I can also change this if I want. You'll see again, I can make that something really, really funky. And let's just go with a pink, just as an example to show you. So I'm going to hit the next button here. This is where I can have a little bit of fun. So I can add images to my website, up to 4. So don't panic. When you first come in, you're only going to see one image. It's going to be your main hero image. They do call this a masthead area. This is where your hero images will live. They will always be at the top of your home page. You can't toggle this part up or down, although you can move the rest of this around. This is always going to be at the very, very top. Suggestion that I have is if I have some listings and I have these beautiful, I mean, you know, maybe I've gone through Listing Concierge, I have these beautiful professional, you know, photos. I'm going to use them on my website. I'm going to impress my seller when I go in to win that listing, and I'm going to let them know, not only am I going to do all this marketing for you, I'm also going to put your property on my website, because, you know, I market myself all the time. And in doing that, in addition, I'm going to market your property as well. So I can go in, I can hit this edit button here, and I can do this at any time. If I don't like what it looks like, I can go in and change it. I just updated mine and added a new photo the other day that I really like. So I can hit the choose button here, and I have 3 options. I can go to choose image, my image, and websites. When I click through on websites, that's going to give me anything that I've already uploaded into the system. And you can see here, I am an InTouch junkie. I spend time when I'm not even working playing with my website. It's just fun. I like it. I know I'm weird. But you can go in, you can find anything that you've already uploaded. If you haven't uploaded anything yet, that's okay. We can also go into a catalog here, and we can look at the banners. What that's going to do is it's going to give me copyright-free photos that I can use, because remember, this is a public facing website. We want to make sure that we don't have any copyright infringement at all. And I can go through and I can choose the photo that I want to use. So you'll see here, I always use this photo. I just like the water. Where I live literally, I can walk to the water from where I live. I live in a waterfront community, so it does look like the area I serve. And although you are able to go in here and choose whatever you want, I would give you the best practice and the suggestion of choosing something that looks like the neighborhoods that you serve. I worked with an agent the other day, and she has Seattle as her background. When I visit her website, I automatically assume I'm in the wrong place because she's a Baltimore agent and she has, I'm assuming this is Seattle. You know, it doesn't look like the area that we live in. So just be aware of that. If you scroll down to the bottom, you will see some additional interior shots as well. If you want to use interior shots, you can do that. And then once you choose that photo, you can give a headline. So that headline is going to display in the middle, in the center of your image. And just know that if you use this headline here, it will darken this site just a little bit. So these photos that I've used are very, very bright. They're professional images, high resolution. I got them on unsplash.com, so they're completely free for me to use. No copyright infringement. Nobody's going to be sending me an email or calling me and asking me for money. So I can use that. I can give it a meta description, you know, and I'll always like to, I like to play on the marketing and the branding of Coldwell Banker. I like to put that into a lot of places with a meta description. So your headline, that's just going to be what's going to go right here in the middle. So if I have, let's say that this particular kitchen is 123 Main Street, I might put in, search 123 Main Street for more details. And I can put that on my website. And then someone knows that they can go right here and they can search 123 Main Street and they can find, if they like this photo and wow, I'd love to live in this house, they can get through and they can find that information. Mine just says marketing done right because I'm an employee. And I love marketing. It's kind of my thing. But you also have one other option when you hit this choose button, and that is to upload an image from your computer. So again, if we have that beautiful photo of our property listing here, you can see I have lots of stock images. Maybe I just listed a farm. I can choose that. I can choose anything from my computer and I can upload that as well. So that's how you would get your listing photo in here. And there is a little bubble here. I always suggest hovering over the question marks. Images that are very large may look beautiful, but they'll reduce the speed of your website. So we don't want to slow us, ourselves down. We want to capture people. We want them to be able to click and just go through. And the meta descriptions and the headlines and things, they are going to increase your SEO or your search engine optimization. That's going to pull you up in a search result on Google, on Yahoo, on Bing when people look for you. But you want to make sure that we are meeting ADA requirements, fair housing requirements. I know you guys know what those are. I know you're good with that. But just be aware of that. And then I want to go ahead and hit save. Now you'll see here, I have Angie Myers Homes for Sale, Coldwell Banker Realty. I can go into any of these at any time and update them and save them. So here I don't have a meta description. I'm able to just click that. And on my particular laptop, it does tend to save things. So I can just choose from that. I don't have to reinvent the wheel. And then once I'm done with my photos and I'm happy with how that looks, I'm going to hit the next button. So this is going to be the final step of this entire website wizard. So you can now determine your layout. We've done the layout. We've done some options for photos. Now I want to see what's going to be on my website. I want to include my name, and mine says Field Marketing Specialist. That's just how I have it in my account. You can have realtor, salesperson, associate broker, anything that you want. You want to include your cell phone, your office phone number, social media links, company. Just no social media links. It's going to pick 4. So if you have more than 4 social media, I would suggest putting 4 into your account that you want shown on your website. You can see here I have it to my LinkedIn. I have it to Instagram, Facebook, and blogging. I look very up to date and knowledgeable about what's going on in the world. And it's consistent with my branding. And I'll be honest with you, if you click on my Instagram, you're going to go to Coldwell Banker. I don't do Instagram for business. I don't have time. But guess what? Coldwell Banker does. I work for Coldwell Banker. I'm going to utilize this branding to my advantage. And how many people are actually going to click through? If they do, hey, you know what? Coldwell Banker does Instagram on my behalf. That's how important I am. Facebook does go to my business Facebook page, not to my personal. People are looking to get with me on a business level, on a professional level. LinkedIn, of course, goes to professional. And then I have the blog in here just because I love our Blue Matter blog. And again, that's just some information that I like to have at my fingertips, that I can go and post to social media and find things there as well. Then I can also determine what I like to include this little search bar here. Now I can't change the way that it looks. I can't make it a different color, but I can put it in a different place. So if I want that on the bottom center, I can do that. I can put that in the center, and you'll see here it moved it up directly underneath of my headline. So that might be really good if I've included, hey, search 123 Main Street. They can search right there on that bar. I can put it, again, I can put it on the bottom right, the bottom left, and the center on the left, on the right, or maybe I don't want that bar there at all. I can completely remove it. And someone's asked me before, well, why would I not want to have a search bar? If you don't want to have that search bar there, you do have the option of adding what's called a widget or a section underneath. That's what Christine has done. She's taken out that little search bar and just put her search bar underneath of her scrolling photos. So just know that that is an option for you. If you do want to show that there, you can add, discover your dream home, search available properties for sale. I'm a referral agent. I'm letting people know I can refer them to an exceptional agent. And just know that when they click through, it will tell them how to search. So I don't need to give them direction on that in that bar. I can make it a little more personalized. And you'll see here that purple color that I used. Oh, gracious. It's going to be on my website now. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to save this. So all of the options that I just selected are going to make my website new and improved. Are you ready? Let's buckle up because this is going to be interesting. So I'm going to go ahead and refresh. And now I am purple. So I have a purple header at the top. As we scroll through, I have purple header right here. So I am going to go in very quickly and I'll show you how to do this in just a moment. But in my pages, I have the option, anything that I include, I have different templates. So as I scroll down, you'll see here I have the option of being purple. I can scroll through and I have other options as well. So if I select a different option here, that's going to give me perhaps a different option on the website. Actually, let me do that one more time because it still looked purple. And we do have that outrageous green that we chose as well. So let's go through and we're going to change that over. We'll change it to that because I bet you that's going to be my, that's going to be my green. So that's why I was saying be very careful when you're selecting photos, because although I am a purple and green girl, I'm looking in my room right now. I have one purple wall over here and down the hall I have a green wall. So I do like, outrageous colors, maybe not on my website. So you'll see here that is very green. And that doesn't look consistent with any of my branding. And that doesn't mean that you have to be blue. For Coldwell Banker, you can have your own colors, of course, but just realize what that looks like. And if that's something that you like on your website, please have at it. Honestly, I love this green, but I probably would not have that professionally on my website. So that's why I also have the option now that I've gone in and looked at what that's going to look like on the website. I also have that option at any time, again, to go back into this appearance. I can go back into this website setup wizard. I like the way that my website is situated here. So I like that, but I don't like the colors. I'm able then to go back and just revert to that Coldwell Banker blue or maybe a gray color. I can, fix that, go back to my text color here so that it's not pink, and go through and hit next, hit save. My website changes have been saved. And now when I go to my live site that I've kept up on the side and I refresh, it's going to put it back to that blue color. And when I scroll down, it's going to be that gray color. So again, you can play with the colors all that you want. Just go to your site and look at them. And if you come to this page and you've noticed maybe you had chosen a blue logo, and that doesn't fit anymore with the blue background, or you can't read it, just go in and change that logo. Just remember the rule that Coldwell Banker has for our logos. The dark blue logo must be on a light colored background and the white logo must be on a dark colored background. So I don't want to have maybe a very, very light blue with a white logo. I want to make sure that that background is dark and it's going to make that logo pop. So I know I went kind of swiftly there, Have I lost anybody, or does anybody have any questions? Okay. We're going to move on to pages and menus. So this is where you are able to really customize your website any way that you want. Really anything that you can think of. We can also sit down and do a one-on-one. I can help you build your page. It's something that we can do together because it can be a little daunting when you start. So if you would like to add any kind of custom content to your website, this is how you would do that. It can include video, it can include sub pages. So you do want to read through the organization tips. You can drag and adjust these. So if I want my home page to be kind of in the middle, I can do that. I can drag that and have that be the very first tab. Again, remember, top to bottom will show up left to right. And then I always want to make sure that I've saved that. Anything that I do, I want to make sure I save so that it's there when I go to my live site. I can add a sub page underneath. And what that's going to look like on the page is as I scroll through, you'll see here I have a lot of different resources. I have marketing information, if you have compliance questions, some CB tools tutorials, references, some different things to help you out, newer agents. We do have the email signature, excuse me, in there. Some different quick how-to videos and things of that nature. So really think about what you want on your website. I worked with an agent last week who, put something on there about marketing. Market with me, how I market. And she had some sub pages. And of course, we're never going to call it listing concierge to our clients. It's just marketing done right. She had information, what you get when you list with me. Listing information, sales information. She went through kind of targeting sellers, targeting buyers, and you can add information. She has a lot of her listing concierge information in there as well. And you can go through, we'll concentrate right now on the home screen. So the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click this little page button here in the drop-down menu, and I have several options. I can go in and edit the page. I can add things. I can delete things. I can change the order of how I want that to look. I can also rename it. And where this comes into play, you'll see I have a Meet Angie page. That's my about. So when you go in, you'll see Meet Angie. I just thought it was a little more personal for me. So that's what I changed it to. And you have SEO settings. If you don't do anything else with this screen right here, I would hopefully, and suggest that you go into your SEO settings. I will warn you, most of them still say residential brokerage. When someone goes to your website, you'll see here at the top of mine, it says Angie Myers, Field Marketing Specialist with Coldwell Banker Realty. Now, it does trail off because I've been too wordy, but that is my SEO title. That's what is going to come up in a Google search result. The meta description kind of gives a little bit more information to Google and Yahoo and Bing about what this page content is. So, you can put what you want. Just make sure, again, you can change it. Yours will automatically come up where your office is located. For example, if you are in the Carroll County Regional Office, it will come up Westminster Homes for Sale, Hartford County Regional, Bel Air Homes for Sale. It may say Towson, it may say White Marsh or Frederick. It's going to come up with your office area location. And for me, I want my name on there. I want to be branded. I want to put my name as many places as I can possibly place it to get as much business to grow my sphere. So just know that you are able to go in. If nothing else, go in, take out that residential brokerage and click save. And you'll see here again, I can go through to any of these, edit the page, edit the SEO title for them. So I have a contact Angie SEO titles. And here I can just say, again, I can just kind of reiterate with Coldwell Banker Realty. And I can save, and you'll see now when you go to my Contact Angie page on my website, I click on that tab. It's going to take me here, but here it says Contact Angie Myers, Field Marketing Specialist. So again, I have that unique branding that every single one of these tabs, wow, that's a really large picture. Every single one of these tabs is going to be specific, and it's going to be branded to me, not to a specific area, because I know you guys are situated in an office in a particular area, but you guys go everywhere. Obviously, if you are, let's say I'm a Towson agent and Towson is predominantly, that's like my big market, I can put Towson on there. That's not a problem. So it's really up to you how you want that to work. You also want to try to limit your website header tabs, so these big tabs here, to about 8 to 10. You'll see here when I increase the size of my screen, it does what's called a wraparound. So now I have to scroll over to see all of the headlines or the tabs. When I'm at 100%, it works very well. Obviously, you can see there's no room for any additional tabs there. And the maximum character limit for the tabs is 20 characters. So this says why Coldwell Banker. It really can't be too much longer than that, just because you're going to run out of space on the top of your website. The home, the search, the about, the sell, and the communities pages can't be unpublished. You can't delete them. Everything else you can. So let's say I've added a page. I have an open house coming up. I can go in here. I can add a page here completely from scratch. And I can go through, and as I edit that page, it's going to come up. You'll see here I have some customized content. I have unpublished this because it may be out of date. You can see here, this was just from a different class, but I can go in and I can add information and add that to my website if I want. And then if it's not, if I don't have any current open houses, I don't want to delete that page and have to go in and recreate it later. I can just unpublish it and it will remove it from my website. So I went through and unpublished my finance. I've had several agents that don't want the partners page on there. You can always create your own. If you're on a team, you can have a team page as well. Meet the team, have everyone there, links to their own InTouch sites as well. And again, you can create sub pages. Once you've gone in, the very first thing that you probably want to do after you play around with your SEO settings, you can go in and edit each page. Your home screen, you have a little more, probably want to put a little more oomph into. This main photo here at the top can never move. So while I can go back into the appearance, I can go into the website setup wizard, and I can change those photos there. I can't change the location. It's always just going to be on the top of my home page. Underneath, however, you'll see this is what's called a widget. So this is a custom content widget. This is something that I went in and created. Anytime as you're scrolling through, when I get to the next paragraph, you're going to see if I'm hovering over this particular section, I'm going to get this little gray bar. And you're going to see that as we go through. It doesn't matter what little section or paragraph I'm on, or widget as they call them. I'm going to see that little gray bar. The reason for that is it's going to give me extra options. So I've created this custom content. I can click on this little kebab menu over here on the right-hand side, 3-dot ellipsis, menu buttons, however you would like to call it. And I can move this down. Maybe I don't want this at the top of the page. I want it at the bottom of the page. I can move that down. Now my recommendations are here, and this is the next thing on my page. Or maybe I want to move that back up. I can do that. You can see here, however, I can't move that up because, again, this masthead area will always stay at the very top. I can also go through and edit my information. Excuse me. I can add a headline if I would like to. I can change the background. So remember, we have a white background here. We have that blue background that I chose. Remember, it was purple at one time. And then my gray background, which was green at one time. So that's where those different colors are really going to come into play. For this one, I'm just going to leave it a basic white color. And I'm going to go through and add my information. This I did steal. If you're in the White Marsh office, I can help you. This came right from InTouch, our Towson Timonium combined office. We're going to have a class on tomorrow to go over that as well. You can also add this to your website. So we will go over that as well. We have some beautiful new offices. And then here I just have a basic Coldwell Banker. Oh, sorry about that. A basic Coldwell Banker commercial, just a little bit more about the way that Coldwell Banker can help you buy or sell a home. This is where I would take the opportunity to say, this is why I am with Coldwell Banker. So, you know, ask a Coldwell Banker realty agent. I can say here, you know, ask me for an agent, you know, or I can say, for me, you know, I'd say I can help you buy or sell. I'm going to say I can refer you to the best in the business, because that's what you guys are. And I'm just going to say discover. Discover is a keyword that people love. Discover, they like to learn. They like to visit. I tend to stay away from the click here. But people love to discover things. So discover how we make virtual buying and selling possible. And then I probably want to put that first. So again, you can go in, kind of play around with this as much as possible. And I can put that in any order I want it. I'm going to hit this next button when I'm completely done with this particular section. And I'm going to hit next, and I'm going to hit save. Now I want to caution you, I have just saved what is in this section. It will not go live to my website until I hit this preview and save button here at the bottom. You guys know I'm a preview girl. I like to preview. It's going to show me what is it going to look like on a desktop? What will this look like on a tablet? What will this look like on a mobile phone? And then I want to hit this big save button down here on the bottom right-hand corner. And that's how I know any changes will now be on my live website. They're going to be good to go. And I can keep on going if I want. So I've added, you can add a widget up here in the right-hand top corner. It's a little bit small, but you can add that widget. You can add an agent contact card, community served, featured properties on your website. Again, you can feature all of the wonderful listings in your office, even if they're not yours. Recent sales, they will come through the MLS, a search properties tab, a shortcut to your testimonials, custom content. I can also add an image. So if I'm going to add an image, maybe I have a listing and it's coming soon. So I'm going to go into, and I did that very quickly. I do apologize. So I'm going to go into no image found. And here you'll see images that are very large. Again, I don't want it to be too big. I don't want it to slow everything down, but I can choose the photo here that I would like. Again, from stock images, the images that I've already saved to into the system, but I want to upload my listing. I have this brand new listing. It's coming soon. I want to push it out to as many people as possible. I'm going to go ahead and select that file. So for this purpose, I'm going to go in and cheat just a little bit. We're going to pretend like this particular property is my new listing that's up and coming. So here I have this cute little rancher. I just listed it. It's going to go live on the market Saturday, and I want to put some information here. Now I can go into Canva. I can write on this photo if I want, you know, coming soon, you know, Rocks Road. And then I'm going to upload this photo. Then it's going to give me an option to give it a headline. So although it will darken the photo a little bit, and that's why I said if you like Canva, you can go in and write on the photo and then upload it. No need for headline. But here I'm going to say, you know, I can say coming soon. And I can just give it some information. I can add a meta description if I would like. And then I want to hit that save button. What that's going to do is it's going to throw that all the way on the very, very bottom of my page. So that's where I'm able to say, hey, I'm not done yet. I want this at the top. I can move it to the top if I want to. And then I want to preview and save. And again, I want to always save that last save button there. I know I'm near the end when I get to the mobile, the tablet, and the desktop. And I'm going to go ahead and save. Now you're going to see I'm going to go to my website and refresh, because if I just scroll to the bottom now, I'm not going to see it. But if I refresh the page, now it's going to be brand new. And when I go down to the bottom, you're going to see it is a little grayed out because I gave it a headline, but here this is coming soon. And it has my new property. Then when this is no longer coming soon and I don't want this here anymore, I can click on the menu bar and I can delete it. Just know that when you delete, it is gone forever. If I want to put it back in there, I have to redo it. And as always, I'm going to preview and save, and I'm going to save. So that means when I refresh, this will disappear. You have some other options as you go through. If you choose the testimonials widget, it will come up. You have the option to edit, and you can choose the template with the little quotes on either side, or if you like the rectangle with the quote. Those are the two options that are in there at this time. And you can also give it a headline as you choose. Mine just says agent reviews and recommendations. Yours can say client testimonials. Maybe there's Zillow reviews that you've received, or, client reviews and recommendations. You can also go down through to the next one. If you have added a search properties field, so that widget there, the search properties option, and you can go through and edit that template as well. So you'll see here, I have a plain white background, my another plain white background. I have my primary color, that primary accent color. So remember, mine is that navy, that Coldwell Banker blue. It used to be purple. And then here I have that secondary accent color that used to be lime green that is now gray. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the save button for that. And you'll see it's going to come up in real time what it's going to look like on my website. I also have local communities. You'll notice here that my local communities all have stock images. I'm a stock image girl. I love my stock images, except for this one I think I took on my cell phone. So you can go in when you add community served, add a stock image. I always recommend, if you have images for your particular areas, you can put those in. I did try to go in, and I'm working on mine now. I have a lot of interior shots. I'm trying to get exterior stock images that may look like that area. So this looks like Annapolis, Union Bridge, things that maybe are out in the countryside, having some country information. As an agent, as I'm getting photos taken of my listings, I might ask the photographer, hey, can you take a shot of the street? This is a really crappy cell phone picture that I took, one of my favorite places, the local park that I go to quite frequently. You'll see when I refresh the page, every time someone goes to my website, it's going to pull different photos. Whatever photo is in Annapolis for this zip code, whatever is for Lineborough or Sykesville or Conowingo, it's going to pull. But I do have options here. If I don't have any of these photos, I can go through this edit button once I've added this particular widget, and you'll see if you don't have photos, it will pull stock images from just from the system. I can have 3 that go across with the photos. Again, just one, or maybe I have the stock image here and I just have them listed. Maybe I don't have any photos yet in my community served. I can choose the real pretty script where they can just click through on any of these and get to that particular area. In the primary, I also have the secondary accent color, so that's there for you. Again, there's no wrong answer, just whatever you prefer. I also have my agent contact card. So here you're able to use that bio summary that's in your account, and you can go through again, and it's whatever you prefer. I just happen to like this one, and I'm going to go ahead and save that. It's going to bring up that bio summary that's in my account. And then I have some custom content here. I've done area reports. I love Prospect Square. I go in and look at these every single day. The other added benefit of adding them to my website, I can send someone to my website, scroll down to the bottom of the first page, and you'll see some area reports. You can get some good information. I do want to work on mine to have an exterior photo here, so the branding is a little more consistent, but I can click through and I can get to my area report right here from Prospect Square. And just so that you guys know, these are live links. I can set it, I can let it do its job. I don't want to forget that it's there because I do want to utilize it. But if I do forget about it, it's going to automatically update for me next month, the following month. So I'm always going to have, you'll see we have January here. In the beginning of March, that's going to update to February. I don't even have to do anything for it. What I did here is I actually added a section. So you'll see here, after you add the section, you can add specific widgets to each column. You can leave them there for padding. So I had someone that used this particular one. She wanted white space on the sides and just put her widget in the middle. You can do that too. And these are just Canva. This is something I can help you with if you're not into Canva. I pay for Canva. I help run about 17 Facebook pages. I'm in it like every single day of my life. But it gives you some great resources and some stock images. This stock image was from Canva. So that's an option as well. And I like having this on my site. Someone can click through. And I've also taken some information directly from Prospect Square and kind of regurgitated it. So it lets them know that this is insight into residential real estate activity in their area. These are regional trends. This is fact, not fiction, not fear. This is what's really going on in your area. If they're interested in receiving it in their inbox every month, let me know. I can clarify the figures in here. If they want to take additional steps to property ownership, let me know. The benefit of me having this on my website is I can click on any of these reports. I can click on Facebook right now and I can share this on my business page in 30 seconds. I don't have to go to Prospect Square. I don't have to go to desk, go to Prospect Square, go to reports, go to preview, find the report and share from there. I'm just going to share from my website. Somebody can click on that on my Facebook page, get that information that they need. So there are so many different things that you can do with your website. I would say the very first thing to think of is the appearance. Once you have that, you can determine what kind of content you want. You can go into testimonials. I'll show you real quick. I know we're right at time, but you can go into testimonials. You can hit this add button right here. If you have Zillow reviews, let's say I have some Zillow reviews and I would like to include those on my website. Even though Zillow's a broker now, we're not even going to get into that. We're not even going to go there. You can go through, and I'm just going to pick on Cecil because I know he's got some reviews in here. You can just scroll right down. I don't want to copy all of this. It's going to look kind of funky if I do that. So I'm just going to copy the actual review. I want to know the person's name because you'll see on Zillow, it doesn't always give their name. It can be private if they would like it to be. And I can paste that content here. If I want to put their name, maybe they don't want their name. Buyer purchased maybe they purchased in Towson. I don't know. And they were a client. I can also have my family, my friends, my colleagues. I always recommend, you guys are going to get sick and tired of hearing me say this. Call your lender, call your home inspector, call your septic and well inspectors. Call all the people that you work with, that you refer business to, that you want them to refer business to you. Ask them for a testimonial. How powerful is it that when I sit with you as a new buyer, and I'm not sure if I even want to use you yet, and you're like, man, this Bob guy, I work with him, or Brant, or whoever it is that you use, and they're just wonderful, and you're going to love working with them. And I go to your website and I find testimonials and I'm reading through, because this widget, when you read through, it's going to send me to your about page. and all of your testimonials that you include, as many or as few as you want, are going to come up here. And I'm reading through, and all of a sudden I see that that lender has given you a great testimonial as well. That's very powerful. Don't discount your friends and your family. I have a friend I've been friends with since I was 9. That's 30 some years. I'm going to age myself here. And her and I are like sisters. So I can ask her for a review. The easiest way to do that, hey, can you go to my website, click on my, and again, if it's your meet page, it's your about page, whatever you've called it, can you hit this recommend me button? This is new, guys. This is new in the last month. And they can set your recommendation right here for you. They can fill out their name. How do they know you? Put their review here. Do this crazy thing where they have to pick the pictures to verify themselves that they're not a robot, and recommend you. And guess what? That goes directly onto your website. And in another class, we're going to go over how to take these testimonials and put them into brand serve, because then I want to push them out on my Facebook page. I want to put them out on my social media. I can also take my about page now that I've pimped it out a little and made it look really good, and I can share this on social media. Hey, you want to learn more about me? Go to my about page, read my bio, see what I'm all about, see some agent testimonials that have, come through the system, what other people have to say about me and how they like working with me. And then on the bottom, you can also get some additional information. If you have your own logo, you can include that as well. We didn't quite get to communities served, but just know that if you would like to add all those additional communities, you can see here, I have a lot, and this has taken me a very long time to put in. I'm still not done, but you would just go down to add community. You're going to go up here. You're going to type in the community that you would like to add. I like to add the little extra. I like to add the zip code to mine, just because some of these places have a lot of different zip codes. I can give a summary here, a little community description. So I will tell you that when you go to my communities, the communities page itself is the top information. These communities served are on the bottom. The system will map them for you. And you can go in and put as much information in here as you want. You can include a photo. Again, that could be a photo that you've taken of the area. It could be a stock image that you're using as a placeholder. I put a lot of information in this. This is where I live. I love my area. If I sold real estate here, I would dominate this market, just because I can ride by any house and draw you the floor plan. Like, I'm a little obsessed with real estate. I have just some other information. I did Wikipedia, the history of my area. I Googled some area businesses. I put all the local schools in this zip code. I sent them to greatschools.org. I can't give them information, but I can send them in the right direction. I have a Moxie presentation here about my community, and I've included an updated area report, both in a hyperlink here, and they can just scroll through and look at my report here in this little frame that I have. And I have some additional photos. If this is something that you would like to get into, we can do a one-on-one appointment. I can go in with you. I can help you, again, add those images, add that information. I will caution you on the characteristics. Be very careful of fair housing. I've gotten some feedback from marketing. They said that these are all okay to put out there. I'm not going to say neighbors are friendly. I can't tell them that they're great schools necessarily, unless I can say that for every area that I work in. It's kind of creepy. I'm not going to say kids play outside. Some of that's a little weird to me, but again, use your best judgment. With the fair housing laws, if there's walking and hiking trails nearby, the streets are well lit, I might not say it's quiet, because then it might not be. But just use your best judgment. Again, you can put SEO titles, meta descriptions, save that. And you can see mine just says Joppatown community. So when somebody Googles Joppatown, maybe this page will come up. So just know that there's so many things that you can do with your website. I know it's very overwhelming, but sit down and make a strategy. I guarantee you mine was not built overnight at all. This has taken me a very long time and dedication and commitment to do it. But now there's so much stuff that's on here. I have social media content for days. I don't have to think about it. And the other benefit is just that I look good. When someone Googles me and they go to my website, I really know, I look like I know what I'm talking about. Hopefully I know what I'm talking about. But it's also personalized to me. It's my branding. It looks like me. And that's what I want. I want people to find the things that they need. If I find that a lot of clients are asking the same question, maybe I want to develop a page for that. Maybe I want to have a page to educate my sellers. I want to have a page to educate my buyers. Provide my value to them, my value proposition. When people, they're going to look you up before they meet with you. What are they going to find? And again, you can put as much or as little as you want on your website. It's really completely up to you. There's just no wrong answer here. And we are at time a little bit over, so I apologize. So I will say, if you'd like to schedule a one-on-one appointment, we can do that as well. We can dive into this together. You let me know what you want it to look like, and we can go in together. I do have access to your InTouch site, so we can go in your InTouch site, work on it together. I'm never allowed to do anything for you, but I'm allowed to do things with you. So if I'm showing you how to do something, we might as well do it in your website and get it done while we're learning. So just know that that's an option as well. And Gwen, it looks like your hand is not up anymore. So if anybody has any questions, I'm going to stop our recording.